Boxing legend Manny Pacquiao has confirmed he will face off against former dual-weight UFC champion Conor McGregor, who broke news of the fight late last night. Notorious originally took to social media to explain to fans why he decided to retire from fighting earlier this year, while also simultaneously trying to line up a bout against MMA legend Diego Sanchez. To Diego Sanchez, I seen your recent comments about your final bout and I am in. After you fought Pereira, I had requested for myself and you to compete in Dublin, McGregor wrote. This was back in February when I was working on opposition for my season, pre-COVID. Good luck this weekend. McGregor finished off his series of tweets by revealing he is set for his second boxing match, this time against Filipino legend Manny Pacquiao, he said. Anyway, all water under the bridge, who gives a fuck. I'm boxing Manny Pacquiao next in the Middle East. Since then, a spokesperson for Pacquiao has confirmed the bout will take place in the Middle East. For the sake of all the Filipino COVID-19 victims, Senator Manny Pacquiao will be fighting UFC superstar Conor McGregor next year. The huge portion of his earnings will proceed to those who are affected nationwide by the pandemic, Pacquiao's office said. McGregor hasn't fought since beating Cowboy at UFC 246 earlier this year. The Irishman needed just 40 seconds to score a KO victory over the MMA veteran. McGregor has fought professionally in boxing just once back in 2017. Notorious fought Floyd Mayweather in his debut and managed to last 10 rounds before being stopped on his feet. 8-division world champion Pacquiao, who turns 42 in December, has not been seen in the boxing ring since he picked up a unanimous decision win over Keith Thurman. Pac-Man dropped Thurman in round 1 and ultimately beat him over 12 rounds in July 2019. UFC President Dana White has breathed life into a potential super fight between longtime light heavyweight king Jon Jones and middleweight champion Israel Adesanya. Jones relinquished his 205 pounds title earlier this year and announced his intention to compete at heavyweight moving forward. The move saddened some fans who were hoping he would take on Stylebender in the near future. A move to heavyweight obviously pours cold water on a Jones vs Adesanya fight. Speaking to TMZ Sports, the UFC boss seemed less than convinced that Jones is dead set on moving to heavyweight. White even suggested Bones may remain at light heavyweight to regain his title or take on Adesanya if he emerges victorious at UFC 253. Jon hasn't moved up to heavyweight yet. We don't know what Jon's gonna do, White said. If you're Jon Jones right now, you probably sit back and watch what happens this weekend, see who wins, how they win, and maybe make them defend the title, and then you come back and try to regain it. Or you move up to heavyweight. Or if Adesanya wins this weekend, you fight Adesanya, I don't know. Jon Jones is in a really good position right now. Jones was last seen in action at UFC 247 back in February. The 205-pound GOAT successfully defended his title against Dominic Reyes, beating the #1 contender via unanimous decision. The fight was razor close, and many believed Reyes had done enough to dethrone the champ. Jones, though, was uninterested in a rematch and has now set his sights on heavyweight gold. Adesanya is set to make the second defense of his middleweight title later tonight. Stylebender will take on Brazilian knockout artist Paulo Costa in the UFC 253 on Fight Island. Last time out, he beat Yoel Romero in what many believed to be a disappointing fight and performance from the champion, who looked spectacular when beating Robert Whittaker to claim the title.